everybody. Well, I am on my way to work, but before I got in the car, I happened to look on my phone to see what today was National Day is, because you know I love my National Days. And today is National Rainbow Baby Day. Now, I think most people know what that is, but if you do not know what that is, a rainbow baby is when you and your partner are expecting a baby and something happens, and unfortunately there's a miscarriage or whatever happens and you lose the baby. When that later on, whether it be 2 months from then, 2 years from then, whatever, when you have that other baby, that's considered a rainbow baby. When it actually is, if it goes to the full term and the baby's born, it's considered a rainbow baby because, unfortunately there was the death, which was unfortunate and a very sad moment. But because this baby is kind of like the end of the rainbow, kind of, you could say, the end of the rainbow, the pot of gold, the end of the rainbow kind of deal. So today is National Rainbow Baby Day. So if you guys have ever had that, my heart goes out to you for the first. But definitely, if you have that rainbow baby, I love that. Ava Jean is our rainbow baby. About maybe a year and a half before Ava was born, or was conceived, I guess you could say, we were supposed to have another baby, and unfortunately there were some problems, and we lost baby. It was only a couple months, so wasn't, it's definitely a hard thing. So definitely was hard on my fellow co-parent, and hard on me. Definitely something we went through together. But then Ava came along, and she is our rainbow baby, and I celebrate her and I love her to death because she is definitely a rainbow for a lot of people. She's a little spitfire, I can tell you that. I don't know if you guys ever could tell from some of the videos and stuff. She's definitely a spitfire. She's definitely gonna be someone that I definitely wouldn't mess with as she gets older. Definitely any boys out there, definitely I don't think I have to worry about very much because she's not someone who's gonna take a lot of stuff from people. But yes, so today's that day, guys. So celebrate that if that happened to you guys. This is the day to celebrate that special joy that came to you, guys. Trying to think what else has been going on. Been doing the Zoom schooling. I definitely can say, I'm glad they're doing schooling. I'm glad that things are going. I wish they were in school, to be honest. I know it's a weird thing to say for someone who's so masks close things down. But unfortunately, school is kind of one of those things. Kids need social interaction, but they're not getting that. So thankfully, he does have his Roblox and his Fortnite and stuff like that. So he, does that kind of interaction. But you need a real physical social interaction. And also, I can say one of the drawbacks of doing Zoom, and I'm not sure if any of you guys have experienced this so far, but if you guys have, please let me know, guys. Give me the thumbs up. I've found that doing the Zoom at home makes schooling harder technically, because they're in a very comfortable place because they're at home, and they feel like they can do anything, like getting up in the middle of Zoom meetings and going to get drinks, going to get food, going to the bathroom, playing with toys and stuff like that. And there's too many distractions at home for doing a really proper schooling at home. If teachers were coming to your house, it's a different story. Because I remember when I was a kid, back in first grade, I think. During the summertime, I had summer school, I guess you could say, and it was just a case of one of my teachers came to my house. It was every twice a week, I think it was. Every every Monday and Wednesday or something like that, and we would go over things. We would go over writing, we would go over some reading, we would go over the math and stuff, and just because trying to get me, I guess you could say, caught up in where I needed to be, because I think at that time I just started wearing glasses. I think at the time, because I obviously was a smart little kid, but it just seemed to not be grasping a lot of things. And what it ended up being was because I really couldn't see the board, and I wasn't comprehending what she was putting up on the board a lot of times. The glasses. So we did a little homeschooling and stuff like that. And I think it's the only year I think I had the summer school thing was that first year of first grade was the only time I really had it. And I'm trying to remember her teacher's name. I think her original name was Miss Matt. She was an awesome lady. I loved her. And then she ended up getting married, and her name became Miss Flag. So she went from Miss Matt, as in what's on the ground, to Miss Flag, which is something you fly high. So I was it made things easier. But she was an awesome teacher. Definitely have had some awesome teachers through the years. And I can say, Aiden's had some awesome teachers so far. You know, I definitely, through my years, I've had some teachers that were really, what's the right word, inspirational to me. Miss Matt definitely was one. She was, you know, one of the first teachers that ever saw something in me, saw smarts, and understood that I was a smart kid, and that I just was having a little bit of trouble, and it was ended up being because of the glasses. And then she had all this confidence in me, and I mean, I did well. I can say also, when I got to high school, I had a teacher named Miss Cook. She was a science teacher. She had a lot of confidence in me, and I loved science, but I mean, I sometimes was a little goofy and a little goofed off and stuff, but I love science, and like, she made me definitely love science even more. And I can say I pretty much aced every test in her class, and so much to an extent that when I got to the end of the year, she said to me, if I was you, I would start taking extra, like, science classes, extracurricular science classes, like oceanography and geology and astronomy and all those things, like, and all those other, like, zoology, all those other stuff. She's like, because I think you have such a mind for science. So I did, and I mean, I do. I love my science. Aiden loves his science too, which is, I guess, kind of how it goes. History is another thing I do love. I've had some really cool teachers through my history classes. Definitely had some good English teachers. One teacher definitely made me become the person I am, I guess you could say, like, just in the writing state. I always loved writing, and she definitely said to me, she's like, I think you could have a career as a writer. I mean, it's funny I'm saying, like, and I don't even do any of these things, but she's telling me I could have a career as a writer, and I still do love writing. I wish I could write a short story, and I just don't ever seem to have the time and anything like that. I've always wanted to do, obviously, write movies. I went to school for filmmaking, so that's what I've always wanted to do, was be a filmmaker, be a screenwriter. I love the process. I love all the magic and everything behind stuff. I love making up stories. That was something I've gotten out of habit of. I mean, I like to make up stories with the kids sometimes, but I think sometimes I get a little too tied up with work and stuff, and then when it comes time for that kind of stuff, I'm kind of like, okay, guys, I just want to relax. But I'm trying to solve that myself. I'm trying to get out of that thing. I mean, I love my kids. I love to play with them, and I'm trying to get out of that. I'm the tired parent, you know, working 70 hours a week kind of thing. With that, obviously, I think I've talked many times about looking for other jobs and stuff like that, because I'm always doing. I'm always looking for something that's going to better myself and better my family, whether it be more money, hopefully, you know, I can get the kids things they want, but also, I mean, more important than money, at least for me, more important than money is finding a better work home life balance. So that was something I don't really have at this time, because I'm expected to be at work almost 70 hours a week, as I said, especially now that my boss is gone, and still they've not found a replacement for her. So I'm pretty much the boss in charge. I'm the one who's running the place, but with less people, because we're down to managers, to be honest. But I'm always looking for something that's going to better my family life, because that is the most important thing to me. I want to be home for my kids. I want to be there to do the fun things with them. I want to go on vacations with them. I want to see them do their schooling. I want to be home when they're doing schooling. No matter how frustrating it is to me, no matter how much they, like, get me when, like, I'm trying to get, like, Ava to learn how to write her ABCs, and she writes the B backwards, and I'm like, no, not that way, the other way. I want to be there. I want to be there so I can help them along. I want to be there to help my fellow co-parent along. I mean, I respect the hell out of her. I know how much she has to do at home by herself. And I do as much as I possibly can. I mean, for someone who works 7 years, I do a lot. I make sure whenever I leave, the house is as clean as possibly I can. Try to do her laundry I can for her. Try to do whatever I can to make her life easier. But I would like to be there more for her so that I can make it even more easier. Because I know she's got one who's got to deal with the kids every night, which I know it's going to be a task. I mean, getting them to bed, getting them to do homework. If I don't get to do the homework before I leave to go to work, which is what I've been trying to do, is get as much homework as I can done before I have to leave for work, so that she's got less to worry about. But I definitely would love to be home with her more, making sure, like, I cook dinners for them, you know, just being there so she doesn't always have to be stressed out, not being always the one who's got to put them to bed and do their homework and stuff. I'd love to be there doing that. So I am definitely always looking for that kind of a job that's going to give me the freedom to be with my family, because that is definitely the most important thing, is being with my family. I'm trying to think what else we're going on. Oh, I think I told you guys about the snake that we had in our house like a week or so ago, which was definitely and definitely an ordeal. But forgot to tell you, the other day I went out front to go get the mail, and there was a hummingbird, and I couldn't get my camera fast enough, but there was a hummingbird flying around our flowers, and by the time I got outside, he was long gone. But I would have loved to have gotten that, because I can say, excuse me, in my 40 years of life, I've never seen a hummingbird in my life. That was the first time I've ever seen one, and it was an amazing little sight to see. It really, really, definitely was. All right, so my work just texted me to tell me that we got our truck in today. We did not get any bacon, which is gonna be a big issue, because not something we can just go out to the store and get like a couple things of bacon, because it's got more than bacon than normal. So gotta figure that out. When I get in, I definitely have to probably call the distributor. I probably have to call my district manager and a couple other people, see if we can figure out how to get us some bacon, because we can't go without bacon. It's kind of an essential thing. You gotta love the communications of things between vendors and the stores they deliver to. Everybody, well, I am on my way home from work, but I hope you guys all celebrated the National Rainbow Baby Day today. Hope you guys held those kids close and loved them, and loved the wonderfulness that they brought into your lives. Definitely interesting night of work. I kind of have a question I'd love to ask you guys. Now, if you go out to a restaurant, or if you even order out, however you want to say, and you have like a coupon that gives you a free meal, obviously, or free meals, do you leave the restaurant a tip, or the server, if you're actually going in the restaurant, a tip? For me, I don't see how you cannot. Maybe it's just because of the way I was raised, but you're obviously not paying for a meal, so why not take that like $10-20 and just leave it for your server or for the restaurant itself? So like, I mean, they're doing a service for you and you're getting the food for free, so why not leave the money? Please, guys, comment down below. Let me know what you guys do. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys will have a big argument on my thing about, wow, I just feel like if you're getting a free service, why not leave the money for the person? Because I mean, obviously people got to start understanding, like, in most places, like, servers, that is their way they make their income. Okay, guys, like, you not tipping them well just stops them from living, technically, and living well. I mean, it would be like saying you go to work for 10 hours, and then after you clock out, or you're leaving at 10th hour or whatever, your job says to you, oh yeah, by the way, we didn't clock you into for pay, so you just did all this stuff for free. You'd be pretty pissed off, would you not? I would think I'd be pretty pissed off if someone did that to me. And that's what it's like when you go into a restaurant and you get like, a $60, $70 bill and you leave a $2 tip. You're pretty much like telling the person, like, they obviously not getting paid for what they're doing. Now there are places, like, I think in California they get paid a lot of money, but a lot of places they get paid the minimum